Philosophical Mysticism, Lesson 71, How to Break the Mind. So cracking the code. Ideas in the mind have a lot of control over us. In many ways, ideas in the mind are obscure, but there is a way to infiltrate the mind and override ideas. The way to do this is through a valid statement with true premises and a false conclusion. And validity here means a form of argument where the conclusion must necessarily follow from the premises. As the logic textbooks tell you, a valid statement with true premises and a false conclusion is impossible. So the textbooks say it's impossible to have. But there is a way to pull it off. There's a way to do this if the true premises are half-truths. And as far as logic goes, half-truths still work as truths. Socrates' puzzle. Take Socrates' equally famous and notorious claim, the only thing I know is that I know nothing. Now this has had people scratching their heads for millennia. And the reason it's so profound is because, at least in my view, it is in fact a valid claim with true premises and a false conclusion. Albeit at least one of the premises is a half-truth. But we do understand what Socrates means. When he says he knows nothing, we understand what he means. It isn't nonsense. In fact, it's quite meaningful. If we wanted to go casual without getting like strict logical form, we could frame it as, I know something. The thing that I know is nothing. Therefore, I know something that I know nothing. Perfectly valid. But obviously, the conclusion is false because it's impossible. Yet it is. Hacking the mind. Maybe philosophy then is the art of doing the impossible. And by knowing the unknowable, I take it we're really doing something like hacking ideas in the mind and changing their primary code. Somehow, if we could send two self-canceling sets of code, i.e. a valid claim with true premises and a false conclusion, at the same time, and I could still run the program, it can crash the idea, allowing us to see the input terminal underneath the desktop icon, whatever desktop icons are in the mind. So it sort of acts as a mental virus infiltrating the system. Of course, we can't read the ancient coding language and the interface, that was likely programmed before consciousness itself. But I think we can recognize it as profoundly deep and meaningful, conveying something we can't quite explain, but still understand. I take the Socratic example to be a very clear case of this. So perhaps then it is possible to have understanding without needing words. You might just need to break the universal computer to get it, though. If you want to learn more, check out the book Philosophical Mysticism, a Spiritual Handbook for Mankind by Nicholas Schroeder. Definitely worth a read.